I'm back now. We good. I'm gonna start making content weekly. That is a guarantee. It might happen. This new mod that we are going to look at, it is called the Netherite Plus mod, and it adds a bunch of new sailboats to the game. That may or may not be a lie. Today we are joined by fellow villager Vladimir here. Vladimir, do you have any wise words for the people?
My brother used to break in our house and steal the TV.
Thank you very much, Vladimir. Moving on, we have the Shulker Boxes, the Netherite Shulker Boxes. Everything that we're going to be crafting today is going to use one Netherite ingot, plus the item in question, obviously. You put them together inside of the smithing table. Bam! Got yourself your Netherite Shulker Box, and you can also dye it any color you want. What can this do? Well, it doesn't burn in lava. That's a surprise. That's what everything Netherite does. And then it can't be broken by explosions, but this is currently bugged, and I don't know if that's true, but we're gonna test it out right now by pressing this lever, which definitely doesn't reveal the very obvious TNT right underneath it. That did more damage than I anticipated. Honestly, it's fine. Here's all the different colors that they come in. Wow, look at that, fancy. That black really looks out of place. Luckily, none of the set has been ruined. Let's move on. So one thing that all of these next few items have in common is that they don't burn in lava. They actually have multiple things in common, but I had to put something on the signs underneath them. Starting off with the fishing pole, as you can see, the Netherite fishing pole has double durability. That is muy caliente. You can also fish in the lava for gold and more items such as nether themed items in general, and rarely ancient debris. Moving on, we have the Netherite shield, which bothers me with its placement because it's not centered, but it does have double durability to a normal shield. I don't know if that really justifies one Netherite, but it exists. Moving on, we have the Netherite elytra, which gives you double durability and 4 extra points of armor, which is nice because obviously you're replacing a chest piece with an elytra, so this at least does give you some extra protection. Always good to go in with extra protection, lads. Moving on, we have the hella stronger Netherite bow. It's just hella stronger. Also, never forget about double durability. And within the same vein as the Netherite bow, we have the Netherite crossbow. It does hella damage, just like the regular one, and dumbbell drummerly, of course. Really quickly, let me give you guys a demonstration of how good this bow works. Chef's kiss. I really thought it would have been enough damage to kill the cat, but I guess I'm glad you're alive. You're adorable. Next up, we have the Netherite trident, which I think is really interesting because it allows you to riptide both in water and in lava. Cut to some footage of that happening. Whee! Whee! Netherite horse armor, it just doesn't burn in lava. It probably has more durability than regular diamond horse armor. It doesn't specify that on the mod page, but I'm gonna go ahead and assume that it does do that, because otherwise, like, what's the point? Other than it probably looks cool. This right here is the Netherite anvil. I like the Netherite anvil a lot, actually. I like the texture a lot. It's not too much more than the iron one, but it has like enough details that I don't know. I like it. It looks mwah. It looks like a spring break in Alabama. That's probably not a good thing. Anyways, you can craft it using the same recipe that you would for iron and using a normal anvil. It is just a lot of Netherite. It is very expensive. You need what would this be? Can I do math? Is that 31? Did I do math right? 31 Netherite? Oof, that's a lot of Netherite. But is it worth it? Absolutely. It's 100% worth it because the Netherite anvils never break, and that justifies their very expensive cost. And it also reduces the XP cost for upgrading and repairing items by 50%, which is that's pretty nuts, honestly. Why did I get all forecast? At least it didn't start raining. I think that's a good thing. We also have Netherite beacons, the ultimate endgame item. It's actually more expensive than the Netherite anvil by 1 Netherite ingot, and it requires a beacon on its own as well. So this is a pretty hefty build, pretty end game, if I do say so myself. So I've also decided to construct the pyramid out of Netherite blocks. I figured it was only fitting. You could first choose a primary power. Let's just choose speed. Then you can choose a secondary power, which can be regeneration or speed 2. So if we choose speed 2, we can then get speed 3 in the tertiary power, or we can choose regeneration and get regeneration 2, or we can choose glowing, which will cause mobs within a certain radius to glow. I haven't tested this out yet. Let's actually, let's test this out right now. Okay, we got the powers. I am definitely faster. I don't necessarily see the glowing effect. Maybe it's because of the shader I'm using. Okay, so as you can see, since I turned the shader off, the glowing effect makes it so that around everything, you can kind of see this like whitish sort of glow with the little black outline around it. So it does actually work. It was just the shader that I was using that was making it so it did appear that it worked. So yeah, that's what the glowing effect does. And then of course, you all know I saved the best for last. We have the fake netherite block. This is for the people that I assume want to build with netherite, but just can't justify the cost of, you know, a full netherite block. So I need to turn off auto jump, don't I? The price of this is still 1 netherite ingot and also a ton of iron, but I guess it's cheaper. Is it really? I don't actually know. Would you consider this cheaper? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know, do you think having shaders on for these is better or is it worse? Do you care at all? I don't know, but let me know in the comments down below. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and rate this mod a solid 29 balloons filled with gallium out of 34. Tune in next week for a little bit of southern hospitality, whatever the heck that means. I don't know, I just apparently wrote it in the script. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. Keep those toes safe from the depression goblin, and I'll catch you swag lords on the flip side.